She also says in Great Controversy, page 442, the founders of the nation wisely sought to guard against the employment of secular power on the part of the church, with its inevitable result, intolerance and persecution. I want to read you 3 statements from 3 of the founding fathers. First, Benjamin Franklin. You know, he had an interesting way of putting things. This is what he said. When religion is good, I conceive that it will support itself. And when it does not support itself, and God does not take care to support it, so that its professors are obliged to call for the help of the civil powers, 'tis a sign, I apprehend, of it being a bad one. Was he right? Of course he was right. He's talking about separation of church and state. Notice these words that are etched on the Jefferson Monument. You can go to Washington, D.C. and go to the Jefferson Monument. These are the words that are etched in stone. This is what he said. Almighty God hath created the mind free. All attempts to influence it by temporal punishment or burdens are a departure from the plan of the holy author of our religion. No man shall be compelled to frequent or support any religious worship or ministry, or shall otherwise suffer on account of his religious opinions or belief. But all men shall be free to profess and by argument to maintain their opinions in matter of religion. I know but one code of morality for men, whether acting singly or collectively. Did Thomas Jefferson believe in the separation of church and state? Did he believe in 2 kingdoms? Yes, separate from one another. Notice the words of George Washington. These are words to the Baptist delegation, August 8, 1789. Here, Washington says, if I could have entertained the slightest apprehension that the Constitution framed by the Convention, where I had the honor to preside, might possibly endanger the religious rights of any ecclesiastical society, certainly I would never have placed my signature on it. And if I could now conceive that the general government might ever be so administered as to render the liberty of conscience insecure, I beg you will be persuaded that no one would be more zealous than myself to establish effectual barriers against the horrors of spiritual tyranny and every species of religious persecution. For you doubtless remember, I have often expressed my sentiments that any man conducting himself as a good citizen and being accountable to God alone for his religious opinions ought to be protected in worshiping the deity according to the dictates of his own conscience. 3 of the founding fathers. Thomas Jefferson was actually one of the architects of the Constitution of the United States. Let me ask you once again, did these men believe in 2 kingdoms within the same nation?